Guys, what's up? Crypto Market here. Today I'm bringing you 10 lessons trading has taught me, what I have learned for my trading and for my life. But before I get into that, thank you very much for over 4,000 subscribers. If you enjoy the content, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and always comment down below, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away a small amount of Litecoin on a daily basis. So without further ado, I'd say let's kick it off with a market analysis and then get into the nice presentation I have prepared for you guys. So basically, as you can see today, coins are bleeding one more time, though not as hard as they were bleeding 4 days ago on the 17th of January when we had the lowest dip of the correction that was going on. And that was by far the best buying experience you could have wished for in the last few weeks, because guys, like amazing coins, like for example Ripple, were under $1. So if you would have invested in Ripple, you would have already made like 40% on that, and like show me a stock that can do that in such a short amount of time. Currently guys, I'm telling you, cryptocurrencies are very speculative and you should only invest money that you can lose. And this is personal opinion that I say in my videos and not financial advice, but cryptocurrencies at the moment are very, very predictable. Whenever the coins go down, I mean, I'm not talking about single coins. Like a single coin, so many things can happen to them. Best example, BitConnect lending was shut down and now the coin is almost not existent, but still there, which is surprising. Like most of the coins that you see in the top 100, after a big correction, and they lose a lot of value. Like for example, what we saw a few days ago, and I think Ripple is, you know, kind of is a great representation of what was going on. So you can see that Ripple peaked at almost $4, went down to less than $1 a few days ago, and now Ripple is coming back very, very, very strong. So guys, the market is not a single bubble, and that's something I'm gonna talk about later on. The market works just in cycles, and what we see in the global economy, the stock economy, is that whenever a global crisis occurs, that a few years later the market is back stronger than ever, and then we have a crisis and then markets come back, you know. But that can take a few years, maybe even decades. And with cryptocurrencies, we're seeing so much volatility that is happening on a daily basis, and that's amazing. As you can see today, there are, one more time, great coins. You have discount on great coins. I don't call them losses, I call them discounts. So Smart Cash is today's loser, but you also have to look at just the amazing development the Smart Cash had. So of course, a coin that has been exploding like that, if the market goes down, will also just correct heavily. So that's not a surprise in my opinion. But as you can see, slowly but surely, the market cap is recovering. And guys, we have to be ready for a paradigm shift, something I've been talking about for a while now. But currently, still, Bitcoin is the undisputed #1. But something I've been saying over and over in my other videos is that IBM used to be the #1 at computing. Then came along Microsoft and did the best operating system ever. Everybody thought that MySpace was the best thing that could happen to social media. Boom. Then came Facebook. So guys, it's only logical that the market is getting more mature, and that money that has been going into Bitcoin is going into other cryptocurrencies currently. So it's definitely a very smart idea to diversify, in my opinion. And now, without further ado, let's kick it off with the presentation. Just let me change the background, because I think that I will choose the color green again, because green is the color of hope. And I really hope that all of you guys learned something from this video. If you do, thumbs up. If not, give me feedback and comment with your Litecoin address, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away Litecoin on a daily basis. And keep in mind that this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. So profit is profit. What do I mean by that? When I'm talking with my friends, we're having discussions about ICOs and coins, and most of us have at least doubled or tripled what we invested in cryptocurrencies. Now, depending on how much you invested, that's a great thing to do. But recently I was talking to a friend of mine who's a banker, and we were talking about Amazon. He was like, oh man, my Amazon stocks went up, it's so amazing. And I was like, oh awesome, how much did they went up? And he's like 30%. I was like, okay, when? And he was like, since last year February. And I was like, yeah, awesome, I guess. And then he was kind of bummed out because my reaction didn't satisfy him. And you have to know, guys, that it doesn't matter how much profit you make. At the end of the day, when you have more money than before, that's amazing. Don't bum yourself out because you haven't doubled your money in a few days, or because you only did a few percent, because in my opinion, that's just a road to losing. That's just a road to hell. And you should be thankful for every profit that you get, just because there are people out there who invested in Bitcoin when it was a fraction of a cent. Doesn't have to mean that you're going to be one of them. I think it's not, you should never compare yourself to other people, and just be thankful for whatever profit you get. Elite traders who are trading, for example, big funds, they have like a fund of say 200 million. They don't view their trades as dollars, they view them in percent, because if you lose 1%, that doesn't sound as bad as if you say I lost $2 million. So and if they make like 10% a year, which is $20 million, that's great for them. So if these guys are happy with a 10% gain per year, why shouldn't you be happy with that? And at the beginning, I think surviving is the key for everything. You should first learn to survive and then to thrive, definitely. But don't have profits in the number one mind. Don't have profits at the number one spot. At the beginning, the most important thing is to get a feeling for the market and to learn. And keep in mind that cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment, so don't invest money you cannot lose. A few days ago, I was watching a video of somebody who was in his car and talking about his $30,000 loss for BitConnect. And while I do feel sorry for people that have lost money through cryptocurrencies, at the end of the day, guys, we're all adults. We all know the risk, or we should do our research before investing in something. And it sure sucks to lose a lot of money on a speculative investment, but you have always to be ready to lose what you have invested. That's what I have in the back of my mind every time I invest money into something. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invest into this. If it goes good, then that's great. If not, I'm aware of that risk. And definitely view mistakes as a learning experience, experiences. Whether when you're trading and you make a profit, be happy. When you lose, don't get angry, but rather be like, okay, reflect on what you have done at the end of the trading day. So if you're a day trader, you can do a little reflection at the end of the day and think about your psychology. Where did I become emotional? Where did I made mistakes? And what can I do better for the next time? And I think it's very crucial, not only to trading, but also in life. Whatever experience you do, how harsh it might seem, to view it as a learning experience and to view it as a chance to grow. Because this cheesy saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, it may be cheesy as hell, but in my opinion, very, very, very true. Complicated indicators. So a few days ago, I got a message on Instagram. Hey Marco, how are you trading? What kind of indicators are you using? What should I look out for? And while I think that it's cool that people want to know more about indicators, and that in certain situations they're definitely a valuable tool, most people in most situations will have more than enough information only with price and volume. So don't try to overanalyze coins or markets by using complicated indicators. I know they look fancy and you feel like a real pro when you're doing them, but guys, the most important thing to have when you're trading, the most important information is just price and volume, and then everything else will come in naturally. Number one rule is, of course, buy cheap and sell, buy low and sell high. That's how it goes. It's something that I have not mentioned in this sheet, but I want to put in as much information as possible, because although it's very basic, it's still important in my opinion. So don't try to overcomplicate things and look at indicators. Rather, look at the price, the volume, and you'll be good. Ignore the noise, very important. So once you have made a plan, really stick to it, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the market, especially in the cryptocurrency market. I think like in December, IOTA was on everybody's mind, and people were like, oh my god, IOTA is so amazing. And I mean, there's no doubt that IOTA is an amazing project, but at the end of the day, I got so many questions about IOTA, and it was kind of weird, because there are like 1,700 coins out there and everybody's only talking about IOTA. What? So guys, there's a lot of noise in the market. If the coin that's making the noise is not a coin that you want to invest in, that you had in mind before the noise started, please ignore it and just stick to the plan. Long-term goals over daily profit goals. So when you're trading into cryptocurrencies or trading whatever, you will feel the urge to hit a certain goal on a daily basis. And while it's perfect to think in terms of measurable goals, smart goals, I think that daily goals are not a good source of motivation, because there are just too many factors that could go wrong. Like, you could have a bad day, another single person in the market could make big moves and that could fuck up your trade. Whatever you did, you can do everything perfect and stuff like that can happen, and there's just too much fluctuation. Professional players, they'll also have a bad day. So as long as you don't have, like, in a year, like 100% bad days, I think you're fine. But definitely, I would, rather than having a daily goal which has to be met every day, I would rather try to focus on monthly goals, or maybe even do your planning for the year. Check your goals, set your goals. It's definitely something you should do, and then try to hit, rather than hitting a short-term goal every day, focus on those long-term goals, because it's just a lot less fluctuation and a lot more to control. Every day something can go wrong, but over the course of a month, those kind of factors of randomness are kind of eliminated and you'll be safe. Next one is use your own critical thinking. So I really think it's amazing that people ask me for opinions on coins and ICOs. But guys, it's very important when it comes also with cryptocurrencies and any other type of investment to swim against the stream, to be a contrarian, to do the opposite of what other people are doing. So Warren Buffett said, when others are fearful, you should be greedy, and when others are greedy, you should be fearful. And definitely something that applied to the market a few days ago, when the coin market cap, when a market cap was at like 430 billion. Everybody was afraid, nobody wanted to invest. But those are just the perfect moments to invest, in my opinion, because that's when you get those juicy coins for a bargain price. And then the only way that the market can go is to go up, in my opinion. Of course, it could happen that it still go down a little bit more, but then they're already at such a low point that the probability of going up is, in my opinion, a lot higher. But keep in mind, everything is speculative. So markets work in cycles. Just like I told you with the GFC, global financial crisis, it's just normal for us to have a bear market and to have a bull market, and trees don't grow into the sky, guys. So if we're having one of those bear market phases when prices are bleeding, you should not panic. You should rather learn how to make money on the long side, of course, also on the short side. but you have to learn how to make money on both sides, and just keep in mind that those kind of cycles are completely natural and fine for every market. You don't need to be right 100% of the time. It's a good trader will do wrong trades 50% of the time, but the other 50% that he does is gonna make up for the other half where he was wrong. So learn to do your risk management and your bankroll management. Be your own bank. Sorry for having a too big, sorry that it's a bit, my face is covering the number 10 a little bit, but the wish that we have had since 2008 was, oh, banks are so annoying. We want to be our own banks. We want to have the money over our own power. And today is really the moment we are in a position where we are able to be our own banks. So you have to, all those advantages that you got through banks, such as, you know, you lose something, an important document for the bank, or you lose your, I don't know, card or some information on the account, whatever. You just go to the bank, you're like, hey, what's up guys, it's me, Marco, could you please help me? And they're going to be like, sure. But with cryptocurrencies, you lose your recovery phrase, you're fucked, you can't do anything about it. Somebody hacks your wallet, there's nobody you can go to and complain. So be safe. Don't store your recovery phrases on your PC. Use a hardware wallet, and don't share your passwords when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Use two-factor authentication, and don't invest money that you can't lose. It's a speculative market. Something I have to repeat over and over. So thank you very much for your attention, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please invest responsibly and like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below with your Litecoin address if you have a question or feedback, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away a small amount of Litecoin. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Hit that notification bell to never miss a video, and share it with friends and family. And now guys, it's time to get to the giveaway. I already saw I got some very nice comments on my last video about NEM. 21 comments, and let's see who's gonna be picked as the winner. Bogdan, great job. Thank you very much for your comment, Bogdan. I think this is the second or maybe even third time that you have won something. So not $20, $2. So the next coffee is on me, dear Bogdan. Are you from Romania? Bogdan is from Balkans, definitely. So either you're from Yugoslavia or from Romania. Pozdrav. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up, and invest responsibly. Good luck with all your trades, and see you next time. Bye bye.